Have you ever wondered why there seems to be a disproportion in the number of men and women in the fields of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, also known as STEM? It's an intriguing question, isn't it? One that's been making the rounds for quite some time now. At first glance, it may appear as a simple case of personal choice, but dig a little deeper, and you'll discover a labyrinth of gender stereotypes and biases that often discourage women from pursuing a career in STEM. These stereotypes are so ingrained in our society that they often go unnoticed, silently shaping our perceptions and choices. Consider this. How many times have we heard that girls are not as good as boys in math or science? These seemingly harmless comments can have far-reaching effects, creating self-doubt and ultimately discouraging girls from pursuing STEM. It's a concerning reality, isn't it? But let's delve into some hard facts and figures to understand the depth of this issue. Let's talk numbers. They don't lie. As we delve into the world of statistics, we find some surprising, perhaps even disconcerting facts about gender equality in STEM. To begin with, let's look at participation. Women represent roughly half of the global population, yet they only make up about 28% of the workforce in science, technology, engineering, and math fields combined. That's less than 1/3. Quite startling, isn't it? Now let's turn our attention to the gender wage gap, a persistent issue across industries. In STEM fields, the situation doesn't get any better. On average, women earn only 92 cents for every dollar that a man makes. Over time, this discrepancy adds up, leading to significant financial inequality. But the story doesn't end here. When it comes to leadership roles in STEM, the gender gap widens further. In the tech industry, for example, only 19% of senior roles are held by women. In engineering, this figure drops to a mere 11%. This underrepresentation at the top trickles down, influencing the overall culture and dynamics within these fields. Perhaps one of the most telling statistics is the rate at which women leave STEM careers. Women in STEM are 45% more likely to leave their jobs within a year compared to their male counterparts. This attrition rate is not only concerning for the individuals involved, but also for the overall diversity and inclusivity in these fields. While these statistics might be disheartening, it's important to remember that they are not indicative of women's capabilities or interests in STEM. In fact, women have been making incredible strides in these fields for years. However, these numbers do highlight the systemic issues at play, issues that are hindering gender equality in STEM. These numbers reveal a stark reality, don't they? But what's causing this disparity? As we move forward, this is the question that we need to answer. And in doing so, we will be taking a step towards creating a more equitable future in STEM. So, what's holding back the fairer sex from acing STEM fields? The barriers are unfortunately plentiful. Let's start with gender stereotypes. From a young age, girls are often subtly steered away from science and math, being told directly or indirectly that these are boys' subjects. Then there's the lack of female role models in STEM. Without representation, it's hard for young girls to imagine themselves as future scientists, engineers, or mathematicians. Unconscious bias also plays a significant role. Often, people in positions of power who are predominantly men may unintentionally favor their own gender for opportunities and promotions. This can make the climb up the STEM ladder even more challenging for women. These factors, among others, contribute to the gender gap in STEM, creating a self-perpetuating cycle of underrepresentation. But remember, these barriers are not insurmountable. With education, awareness, and persistent effort, we can break this cycle. The barriers are many, but they are not insurmountable. It's time to change the narrative. What can we do to bring about this change? It starts with you, and it starts with me. We can propel the wheels of change by promoting STEM education for girls at every opportunity. Let's challenge the gender stereotypes that have long held sway, that science and tech are boy things. They're not. They are human things, universal things. Encourage the young women in your life to pursue their interests in STEM, regardless of societal expectations. Let's stand up for policies that support women in STEM, that foster equal opportunities, and that aim to close the gender gap in these fields. Influence your workplaces, your schools, your communities to foster environments that are supportive and inclusive. We must all become advocates, champions for change, because the future of STEM should be as diverse as the world it serves. Together, we can break down these barriers and create a more balanced and inclusive STEM field. Subscribe for more because you won't find me later.